Hey guys, how you doing today? I wanted to do a video about my favorite houseplants. Um, I have a lot. I'm not really gonna put like a number, but I'm gonna try to keep it short, as short as I can because I do love so many of my houseplants. But the first ones I am gonna take you around to are my floor plants that I can't move or that I am not going to move because I don't want to drop them or tear vines and stuff like that. So I'm just going to take you to those first, and then I will bring the rest of the plants to you. This is my Philodendron Brazil. I really love this plant. It is a very fast grower. Excuse my fan. It is a very quick grower, and I have had her for, I think she is 2 years old. She was a very small plant when I got her. I think she came in a 4 or 6 inch pot. But she is very beautiful. I love the coloration of this plant. Now, in the summertime, I had her outside, and I had her in a little bit too much of a bright light, and she bleached out just a little tiny bit. She got really light, but she has come back with all of her color, and I really like her. She is gorgeous. Okay, my next plant that I want to show you is my red Rojo Congo philodendron. This plant is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I got her last year for my birthday in January, and she is just, she's gotten huge. She also made another baby down here, and the baby has almost caught up with the original mother plant that I had. She's got a couple of new leaves unfurling right here, and then she has another growth right here, and she is gorgeous. Very easy to take care of. And then my next one of my favorite is my, of course, Philodendron Salome. She is gorgeous. I got her last year. She was in a gallon pot. She is now in a huge, um, very big pot. She took off in the summertime, and got very big. This plant has just exploded. Very easy care plant. Very beautiful. These are the new leaves that she just has pushed out since I brought her in the house. Okay, let's go over and look at a couple more floor plants. Okay guys, this is my beautiful Monstera. I absolutely love this plant. I believe she is a couple years old. She also is another one that is in a very huge pot. She sits behind my couch up on a little plant stand table. And she is gorgeous. Another really fast grower. You know what? I think this plant is 3 years old, not 2 years old. But I just love her. She is gorgeous, and I don't know what I am going to do with her when she gets much bigger because she is a monster. But that's okay. I'll always have a place for her. I actually need to tie her up yet again. I need to push some of these leaves up. You can see I have cord down here. I just cut those and then pull them up a little bit so she stays up. My husband sits here and he gets hit, which I laugh about. I think it's pretty funny. and he don't care. So, alright, on to the next floor plant. Alright, my next floor plant that I absolutely love is my Peruvian apple cactus. She is gorgeous, and I got her on discount at Walmart of all places. She is a big girl. She had a little bit of damage when I got her, but I don't mind. Just gives everything character. She is beautiful. She is also one of my favorites. She put on a lot. All this is new growth from when I had her in the summertime. This was my first one. And then I got this one and I put them all together, and this is all of her new growth. She loved being outside, but she has stopped growing. I barely water her, and when I do, I just go along and I mist her, and I get the soil just a little bit wet, or, you know, misted. You can see it's very, very dry. I live in Ohio, and we have very, very, very cold winters here, so my cactuses will all go pretty much stagnant for the winter. Alright guys, my next favorite houseplant is my Philodendron micans. She is huge. I've got her in a really big pot, and I've got her on this trellis. She has just taken off. I cannot believe the growth of this plant since I've had her. New leaves coming out there and there. She's vining all up and all over. She was going up and over to my stand, and I pulled her over and kind of hooked her up right here. But this plant I got in January last year on my birthday. It was one of my birthday haul plants. I bought 2 small plants. I think they were in 4-inch pots, and this plant just took off. I mean, it is a very, very fast grower. At least it grew fast for me, and I absolutely love her. She is just gorgeous, and the more she climbs, the bigger her leaves get. Gorgeous. I just sprayed everything down over here because my humidity dropped last night. We got down to -2 this morning when I woke up, and my humidity, I'm fighting to get my humidity back up right now. So, alright guys, this is my next plant that I love, my horsehead philodendron. She is gorgeous. She's a very, very fast grower. I purchased her this summer. She was a small, I got her in a small 4-inch pot. She was rooted, and she has just taken off. That was her pot. I put a philodendron in there with her because she was kind of naked in between leaves, but I just love her. Her leaves are huge, they're gorgeous, and another really, really fast grower. She's got a new leaf coming out right here. She's beautiful. Another really, really great house plant. Alright guys, my next floor plant is my Cebu Blue. She is gorgeous, and I cannot believe how fast this plant has grown. I believe when I purchased her, she was in maybe a 6-inch pot. I know she was a little bit bigger plant when I found her. I believe I found her at Lowe's, and she is huge. Let's see if I can step back here. I've got her on a big long trellis, and she goes up and up. And she is crawling over here up onto my plant stand. I don't have all my lights on yet. And then she is, look at that, climbing down right there. And she's going down over there. She is in a really big pot because I had to keep repotting her root system. If any of you guys have this plant, I'm gonna tell you right now, she grows fast and her root system is crazy. If you start seeing yellowing leaves, I mean more than just the normal old leaves dying back, you need to repot her because her root system is crazy. So I went ahead after repotting her like 2 or 3 times. I put her in this ginormous pot, and when I water her, I just water it very, very lightly, and she's doing great. So I did not question putting her in a bigger pot than what she needed. I'm just very, very light on the water. But you can see she's also growing along and across, and she's going up, and she ends right about there. She's starting to peek up. Alright guys, now let's get on to the rest of my plants. I actually forgot another one. Now I am not going to move her. This is my Sisyphine. Not going to be able to see her very good, but I'm not taking her down because she's growing up and over everything. But she is a beautiful, beautiful plant. This is all of her, some of her new growth. This plant is very, very touchy, kind of hard to take care of until you get it down, but she's well worth the struggle. Sorry you guys can't see very well, but that is my Cissus discolor. Okay guys, my next house plant is my beautiful Philodendron ecuadornise. She is gorgeous. I absolutely love her. She is another very touchy house plant. She has to have very high humidity and very dappled bright light, and her soil to be kept moist. At first when I got her, I really did not know if I was going to be able to take care of this plant properly. I was a little leery about getting her, but she is gorgeous. Look at that beautiful leaf. Very majestic. She's got a new growth right here. And she is just a beautiful, beautiful plant. I really enjoy. She lives in my plant room. Ooh, sorry. She lives in my plant room. It is warmer in there. I keep my plant room about 73, 74 degrees. I try. It's a little hard with our weather. We get such sporadic weather in the winter. Like 2 days ago, it was 53 degrees and beautiful. The next day, we dropped down to 22, and last night we hit -2. So it is a little bit of a challenge to keep all my rooms at an even temperature and an even humidity, because like I had to turn my heat up yesterday and last night because we were getting so cold, and my humidity drastically changed. So that is why you see my humidifier. I cannot shut my humidifier off because I am trying to get my humidity up. I did shut my fans off, so hopefully you shouldn't be able to hear that, but you are going to hear my, or hear my humidifier bubbling and see the steam, but I can't shut it off, so I am sorry. I want to keep everything going. Alright, that is my Philodendron ecuadornese. Let me get the next one. Okay guys, so my next favorite is my Monstera Adansonii wide form. I love this plant. She has really taken off. She was actually, I bought her last, sometime in the fall or winter. I got her. She was 2 cuttings, and she has just taken off. They were 2 very small cuttings, but she has really, really taken off. I love her. She's very easy to take care of. I love the texture of her leaves, and I took actually a couple of cuttings and sent them to Linda, and this thing took off. It's vining more now. She has these, this is a new leaf, and that is a new leaf. I believe, I don't know where I took the cuttings from. It might have been this section of cutting over here. I don't know. But it is a very, very beautiful plant, and I'm really glad that I found her. She is another fast grower, and this plant is absolutely amazing. I would have to say this is really one of my very top houseplants. She grows well. She's not really super picky about the light that she's in, but just the texture of the leaves and the holes and all the veining is just gorgeous. I really, really love her. Okay guys, my next plant is my beautiful Philodendron gloriosum. Isn't she gorgeous? This is her new leaf that she just popped up. This is one that when I received her was broken, and I taped it. You can see the notches right here. Here and here was where she was bent and cracked, and I put Scotch tape on her, and she healed herself. She has another new growth right here coming up, and I cannot wait until she gets big and beautiful. This is a plant that I actually won from Rachel and Casey over at Heart Shaped Leaves. I do have another one of these, but I'm just going to show you this one. But she is a gorgeous, gorgeous plant. A little bit of a slow grower right now for me, but I think a lot of it had to do with you know, being shipped and being broken. The other leaf that she had was completely broken off when I got her, and then this one was injured. But then she pushed up this new leaf, and she has another growth. So I think she is going to be just fine. But she is absolutely gorgeous. Love her to death. Very, very pretty. Okay, this is another one that I just recently got. It is a verrucosum, Philodendron verrucosum. These are the 2 leaves that she came with. That one was a little damaged. She has a new growth coming right here. Very, very pretty. I love this plant. Now, she doesn't have her deep coloration to her yet, but I still love her. I love how she's got the fuzzy stem, and the leaves are super soft, kind of like suede or velvet. But she was a wish list plant for me, and I was very, very lucky to get her. So I'm very excited. I can actually see, I know you guys probably are not going to be able to see, but on her new leaf coming out, you can see a lot of the deeper red coloration coming out on that leaf. So I think the more mature she gets, the deeper red she's going to come out on her leaves and her stems. So that is another favorite houseplant of mine. Okay guys, this is another favorite of mine, my top favorites. This is a red, I believe you say it Trigonia or something like that. It is a red milk cactus, and she is gorgeous. I love it. She has grown a lot for me, and she has gotten really, really tall. I can't wait until she gets huge. Oh, I lost my rocks. But next summer, I think I will be having to repot her. She is beautiful. I had her in my south window after I brought her in the house. Or no, this one's always been in the house. When I got her, she was only probably about that big, maybe. But she has been in my west window. But I had to take her out of the window last night. I had to take a couple plants that I had in there because we got down to -2 last night. So I had to bring all my plants in. But she is just gorgeous. I love the red. She has lost a little bit of her redness because she's not been in such high light because it's winter. But I'm not real worried about this plant. She is a beauty. Alright guys, this next plant here, my beautiful mistletoe cactus. This is a couple of cuttings that I got from Todd over at Todd's Tropicals. She is one of my all-time favorites. I just absolutely love this plant. I love the way it looks. I love the way that it grows. I can't wait until she gets bigger. His is gorgeous. It is huge. But I love all these little seed pods that it gets on it too. I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous. And she is trailing down quite a bit. She's doing very, very well, and I absolutely love this plant. I cannot wait until next summer now that she is rooted in really well, and I think this is just going to take off for me, and she is gorgeous. I love her. I was even thinking about taking like a couple more cuttings off of her and putting them back into the soil, but I decided not to, so I'm just going to let her go at this point. But another really, really beautiful mistletoe cactus. I think she is actually a euphorbia, so very, very pretty. Alright guys, this next one is a Ripsalis. She's very, very pretty. I think you pronounce it Paleocarpa, but she is very, very pretty. This is her long. She's very long, very pretty, but she's very soft, not pokey at all, at least not yet. This is a hunk of a plant that I bought from Linda May, and it is beautiful. I love it. She actually needs watered. She's very, very light. I keep her in a very bright light in a west window, and she is gorgeous. Another one of my all-time favorite. She's getting all of these little aerial roots. Can you guys see that? Very, very cute plant. I love it. See how the tips? Very cute. Very fuzzy. My husband really likes this. My husband is into the cactus family too, so very, very pretty little plant. Okay guys, this is my next plant. This is my beautiful red and green syngonium. You can see the red, sorry, you can see the red backs on this plant. It is gorgeous. This is her newest leaf right here. Very, very, very pretty plant. And this one is called a Earthophyllum Laniocarte. And she had, I got her last summer. Like, it got soil all over her. I got her last summer, and she was just a tiny little cutting. And she grew and grew and grew, and she vined out really long. So I took some cuttings off of the longer vine, and I stuck them, just cut them off at the node and stuck the node right in the soil, and they have all taken off. So I wanted her to be a little bit bushier. I like her, but I just didn't like the long lankiness of the plant. So I did a little bit of propagation right back into her pot, and she's doing pretty good. It feels like everything has rooted up. She has a new leaf right there, and she's coming along. A very, very pretty little plant. It's more of a rare type syngonium, so kind of hard to find. Very pretty. Alright, let's move on. Hey guys, dummy me, I forgot to show you two plants that I can't believe that I forgot. But this is my Ripsalis. I believe it's called a mop head. It's gonna be a little bit hard to see, but I'm not gonna take her down. She's all the way in the back, and she is beautiful. I absolutely love this plant. She is gorgeous. And the other plant that I forgot to show you like a big dummy is my beautiful red emerald. She is gorgeous. There is the top of her. I just stuck this in for now. But she's got all kinds of new growth. Another one coming up there. This plant is just non-stop with the growth. I got her as a cutting last winter. As you can see, her leaves just get bigger and bigger. Look at all the red veining, the red stems. She is gorgeous. This plant has just taken off. Now, I did get another cutting from a friend of mine, Jessica, and I put it right in here with it. And then I purchased two more cuttings to put in with her down here. And these are the bigger leaves that you see. But this plant is gorgeous. And what I want to do when she gets a little taller, I'm going to make a cut, and I'm going to root it out, and then I will plant her back down in the same pot. But this plant is just amazing. The growth that she has put on for me just since last year. This leaf is dying back, and this leaf is dying back. But she is just amazing grower. I can't believe that she's put all this growth on. Rooted out, because she was a cutting. She rooted out all last winter and grew. And then this is all the growth that she's put on in almost a year's time. Very beautiful. Okay guys, my next plant is my Philodendron brandy. She is gorgeous. I absolutely love this plant. When I first got her, she was in really horrible shape. She was a little rooted cutting, and she looked horrible. I really honestly did not think that she was going to make it. I've got her climbing up on a cedar board, but she is looking a lot better now. I have taken a couple cuttings off of her. I sent one to a friend of mine, Linda, and she has really gotten to look a lot better now. I'm very, very happy with this plant. She is beautiful. Her markings on her are just absolutely gorgeous. But anyways, she has done really, really well for me. She has taken off and she's climbed all the way up here. And I really, really have been enjoying this plant. She's got a lot of new growth coming up at the top. So she is continuing to grow, and I really, really love her. Beautiful coloration. Okay guys, I only have a couple more plants left, or I could be here like all day because I pretty much totally love all of my plants. I should have just stuck to like made 10 or something, but anyways, I'm trying to find better lighting. This is my Anthurium vetii, and I absolutely love her. She is putting out a new leaf right here. I love, they're like this copper color. But she has put a lot of new growth on for me since I've got her. She was quite small when I first got her. I got her from, where did I get her? I believe, oh, I got her from NOC Tropicals. But she is gorgeous, and she is, her leaves are getting a little more mature. This plant is very touchy. She likes high humidity. She likes to keep her soil moist all the time. So I have her in a mixture of soil and spag and cocoa fiber and coconut chips. And I put a little fern in with her, and I really, really like that, but my reasoning for it actually in the beginning was that it would help me keep an eye on this plant, because the fern, the way I've seen it is the fern likes the same temperature and lighting and water and humidity that the vetii Anthurium does. So I put a fern in with her, thinking, my logic to it was, if the fern started looking crappy, then I knew that my veitchii would need some water or higher humidity. But I really, really like this plant. She is gorgeous. I cannot wait until she gets bigger. She's got more new growths coming in here. So she is just continually growing. I wish her leaves would get a little bit more elongated, but so far they're not doing that. I don't know why. This is the first time I've ever had this plant and tried to raise a plant like this. But she lives in my plant room, so she is in a warmer condition and a higher humidity condition. Very, very beautiful plant, but very touchy. Alright. Alright guys, this is my Anthurium clarinervium. Isn't she gorgeous? This is her newest leaf that she put out for me. When I first got her, she had this leaf. It was in really bad shape from shipping, and she had those smaller leaves. She actually had another one, but I just recently cut it off. That right there is her newest. Isn't she gorgeous? I love the color on these when they first come out. They're such a coppery, pretty color. When I actually got this new leaf, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's still not fully mature yet. But she had a lot of lighter markings in here, and I thought, oh my god, does she have spider mites or thrips, or, you know, I didn't know what was going on. But I looked and looked and looked. I searched. I could not find anything. Nothing on her. I even took her out of her pot and looked in the soil to check on her roots, because I just could not figure out what was going on with her. I found nothing. No spider mites, no nothing. I had a flashlight. I had my magnifying glass. I could not find anything on this plant. So the only other thing I could figure out was maybe I had her a little bit too close to the sun, and maybe the sun was affecting her somehow. So I moved her up away from my window. I moved her up about another foot, and so far, I mean, she's okay. I'm not seeing any more of the weird marking. So, yeah, I don't know. But she is doing very well for me, and I absolutely love this plant. I cannot wait to see her get bigger for me. She also lives in my plant room, where it is warmer and a little higher humidity for more of my rare tropicals. Okay guys, this video is getting very long, and this is going to be my last favorite houseplant that I show you today. This is my Anthurium varifolium. Bendifolium. I don't know how to say it. But she is very, very pretty. This plant is a very, very slow grower. She come to me pretty much how she looks. And now this is her new leaf that she is putting out. I just recently gave everybody, all of my plants just recently got a shot of bone meal for the calcium. And then it's also something that the last plant that I just showed you, my Anthurium clarinervium, that was another thought of mine that maybe it had a nutritional deficiency. So I gave her some fish food, and I gave her a shot of bone meal. and we will see how that goes. I don't want to use any kind of chemical fertilizer on my plants, so I pretty much stick to all natural for my plants. They all get worm castings, and they get bone meal, and they get fish fertilizer. So that is what all of my plants in my home get. But I really, really like this plant. She's very pretty, and she will get very, very long someday, I hope, for me. And this is also another plant that I got from NOC Tropicals, and she is very, very, very pretty. I like her, and I cannot wait until she gets bigger. So that is it for today, friends. That is all of my favorite houseplants. I could keep going on, but I'm not going to. I have more plants in there that I absolutely love, including my orchids, but maybe I'll have to do a part 2. I don't know. This could go on forever and ever and ever. So you guys take care. I hope that you enjoyed this video, even though it was rather long. If you guys have any ideas of a video that you'd like me to do, or plants that you'd like to see, or care, or whatever, please let me know down below, because I have a few ideas for the winter, but I need a few more, and I want to know what you guys would like to see. So you guys have a great week and a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Peace.